Somehow, for the second time in NBA history, two twin brothers were drafted back-to-back. This time it was Amen and Ausar Thompson who were drafted with the 4th and 5th pick after playing with the Overtime Elite. They're both 6'7", 215 pounds, and some of the most athletic players in the entire draft. Their middle names are actually the letters XLNC. XLNC stands for excellence, and with a name like that, you've only got one choice. They are twins, but that extends to more than just looks. The way they play the game is almost identical. The reason they went back to back is because they're worth the exact same value. They're essentially the same player with some small differences. In the Summer League, Amen Thompson rolled his ankle pretty bad in the very first game, so we didn't really get to see much of him. He played really good in his debut game before getting hurt literally in the final minute of the game. He was going up against the 3rd overall pick Scoot Henderson, who somehow also ended up getting hurt this game. But Amen scored 16 points and had 5 assists in the 28 minutes he played. In one game, he not only showed how good of a finisher he is, but also showed how good of a passer he is too. He had a couple different impressive finishes and even knocked down the only 3-point shot he took. On the defensive side of the ball, he showed exactly why he was a top 5 pick. On top of his impressive offense, he had 3 steals and 4 blocks. He was doing everything and playing all over the floor. Both Amen and Ausar are elite defenders because of how quick and explosive they are. It sucks that Amen got hurt so early, but the way that the Houston team has looked, they were already overpowered. However, Ausar is playing right now with the Detroit Pistons. In the 3 games he's played so far, he's averaged 12 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Then on defense, he's averaging over 2 steals and 2 blocks a game. Some players don't play defense so they can save their energy for offense, but for Ausar, it's been the complete opposite. Ausar wasn't getting as much touches as he should have, but it's the Summer League and I don't think anybody really cares. He's a top 5 pick. He doesn't need to prove himself like some of the other guys do. He's had some big moments in the Summer League already and has shocked a lot of people with how quick he really is. I think Ausar will fit just fine with the Pistons, but it will be interesting to see. They have a ton of young players already, so adding another piece like Ausar to that super young core was a solid move. The Pistons could use a little bit of everything, and that's exactly what they're getting. On top of their young players, they have 2 elite shooters in Bojan Bogdanovic and Joe Harris. Amen's team with the Houston Rockets looked like a completely different team when he first got drafted. Overnight, the Rockets went from a serious rebuilding franchise to almost a meme. Between the 2 different videos of Jalen Green to them paying an absolute bag to 2 players that realistically aren't going to lead them anywhere. It was the definition of I have money, so I might as well spend it. I get it if you can't sign anybody else, but still. Dillon Brooks is better than what people say, but his contract is still crazy. Fred VanVleet is better, but I think we can all agree that Fred will never lead you anywhere being the main guy. So paying him main guy money is wild. They still have a lot of their young players, but if you want to be able to re-sign them in the future, the cap space might become an issue. Either way, the team doesn't look horrible, it could be worse. But the Thompson twins were the first twins ever drafted from the Overtime Elite, which is basically a league for players ages 16 to 20 and can be used as a stepping stone to the NBA. OTE has NBA level facilities and trainers while also helping them further their education. They only have 6 teams and 3 of them are prep schools, so it's not the best competition, but it could definitely be worse. It's a new basketball academy for young players and could actually become pretty popular. They both skipped their senior years of high school to join the league and both averaged very similar numbers. They averaged 16 points and 6 assists while also filling up the stat sheet on defense. Just watching them play in the Overtime Elite League, you knew they were going to be different. They can finish, dribble, pass, and play defense. The only thing they really needed to work on was their shooting. But when they can pass and drive the way they do, I don't know how much a jump shot is really gonna matter. Mainly because they can finish almost everything they shoot in the paint. Whether it's a layup or dunk on multiple people, it doesn't really matter what you try to do to stop it. I also forgot to mention in their final year of OTE, they played on the same team. So you had 2 of the league's best defenders on the same team. It's no surprise NBA scouts were quick to catch on. But now it's time to answer how good the twins really are. And if you haven't noticed by now, they are really good. 2 6'7" athletic defenders that not only have a great feel and IQ, but also a great attitude towards it all. They became fan favorites because of their game, but also how they act off the court. It seems like all they really want to do is just hoop. which honestly is what I respect more than anything. Now all they gotta do is figure out another way to team up. I'm 50 subscribers away from 1,000, so please hit that sub button to help me out and for more basketball content just like this.